Hi friends, you welcome to Shyam Institute. We are going to discuss 26th April current affairs. Have a look on the important points. Yeah, first and foremost we have World Intellectual Property Day. It's an important one. And Kasurangan passed away. 20% reservation for firefighters announced by one special state. We will discuss that. And Aruna 3 Hydroelectric project, India's first quantum computing village, International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day, India's largest cruise terminal. In addition to this, then we will discuss some more points. Then I am moving forward. The first and foremost one, India's largest cruise terminal. This was officially launched by the Ministry of Ports and Shipping, Sarbanand Sonowal, at Mumbai. So then place is important here, Mumbai. This is the largest, India's largest cruise terminal. This program introduced under the aegis of Sagarmala project. Under Sagarmala, Bharat Cruise Mission. Under Bharat Cruise Mission, prestigiously the Government of India, the Minister of Ports and Shipping launched this particular cruise terminal in Mumbai. That is a context here we have. So important one. So on April 21st, 2025, this particular one was introduced at a Vadhavan port of Mumbai. Vadhavan port is a international cruise terminal. That is, in short, this is called MICT. MICT, Mumbai International Cruise Terminal. Mumbai International Cruise Terminal. That is a point. Moving to the next one, have a look at this one. World Economic Outlook. World Economic Outlook report. This is an annual report given by International Monetary Fund. In this particular report, generally then IMF forecasts the GDPs of different nations or member nations of that particular organization. We all know IMF as a international organization which headquarters is located at Washington DC. International Monetary Fund is responsible for providing loans to the developed nations as well as which forecast the GDPs of the member nations in general. That is a condition. That is a point in general we have. So here like every year IMF introduces World Economic Outlook. World Economic Outlook is a journal. In that journal it presents the GDP forecast of all the member nations. So like likewise India is a member of IMF, so then it forecasted the GDP growth of India for the present year and the next year. With the estimations of IMF, with the observation of IMF, 6.2% of GDP is expected for the year 2025 and it will be 6.3% for the year 26. So for this year 6.2%, for the next year it will be 6.3%. That is the estimation given by IMF. And the China, if you observe, for 2025 and 2026 it's a GDP observed as 4%. And another important nation for us, that is US, forecasted GDP forecasted as 1.8% for 2025. It will be 1.7. 1.8% for 2025. It will be 1.7 for 2026. And world GDP forecast, if you observe, given by IMF, 2.8% for 2025 and it will be 3% for 2026. This is a forecast given by International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund, the headquarters of International Monetary Fund located at Washington DC. And then the member nations of IMF is 190. Okay, that is a point. Moving to the next one, India's first quantum computing village. This quantum computing village observed in Andhra Pradesh, Amaravati. So like it's supported by this particular village, introducing this particular village supported by RTGS, Real Time Governance Society. and then India's first village, India's quantum computing first village. So, observed in this particular in Andhra Pradesh state, and then the companies are going to come to this particular place or to this village, TCS, L&T as well as IBM. So, international brands and national brands as well. And then if you observe the quantum computing applications of the quantum computing, then they are very much useful in a pharmaceutical companies, and then very important in they plays a very important role in cyber security, and then they plays a very important role in artificial intelligence, this quantum computing. We discussed several points in several times about this quantum computing and qubits as well. However, the information technology focuses on ones and zeros, bits and bytes, bit and byte. Likewise, this quantum computing focuses on this qubits. That's a context. So, then I am moving to the next one. Have a look at this one. Aruna 3 hydroelectric project. The government of India is going to support to construct this particular project in Nepal. Is a hydroelectric project which will be on Aruna river, that is will be observed in Shinkuwashbha district of East Nepal. Okay, so then the capacity of this particular project observed as 900 megawatts, and then the height of the particular project is 70 meters height, 70 meters. And India's support for this, financial support for this particular project is estimated around 144 billion rupees, and the project tenure is 25 years. You can look at this particular project, outturn of the project. So, 25 years project, 5 years construction time, and 20 years is a tenure time. So, in that particular 20 years, 21.9% of the electricity whatever produced from this particular project is given to the Nepal, and the rest will reach us to the pocket of the government of India. Likewise, then it may get continue 20 years. After 20 years, this particular project owned by the Nepal government. That is a context, that is a agreement between these two nations. So, then 5 years construction period, and then 20 years is a tenure period. So, 21.9% is given to the Nepal, and the rest will be in the pocket of the India. After 20 years, then it will be owned by the Nepal government. Transmission route, if you observe the electricity transmission route from Nepal to India, anyways then 78% of the electricity is transferred from Nepal to India. So, then that is transferred from Dalke Bar of Nepal to Muzaffarpur Bihar of India. That is a transition. This is all about this particular project, Aruna 3 Hydel project, very important project. Certainly there is a chance to get asked where this project is going to get start. They may ask like that, on which river they may ask, on which river. Otherwise they may ask the capacity is 900 megawatts capacity. Which city of India is going to receive that particular excess transmission of electricity, that is Muzaffarpur. These many questions then you may get from this particular area. That is a point. Then I am moving to the next one. Yeah, have a look at this one. 131st foundation day of Punjab National Bank. Punjab National Bank was officially started in 1894, May 18th. This was launched by Lala Lajpat Rai, the freedom fighter, very famous freedom fighter. And then initially it was launched in Lahore, Pakistan. By the time it was in Pakistan. Later its headquarters was shifted to Delhi, New Delhi. And then if you observe the particular 131st foundation day of Punjab National Bank, they introduced on this particular occasion, they introduced 34 new services to the customers, existing customers. Out of those, several savings deposits, new chatbots they introduced. Then they introduced a chatbot called live chatbot assistant called Pihu. Pihu is the live chatbot assistant. Then with this particular support, we can know the services provided by the bank without reaching the premises of the bank. So, then that is the advantage, chatbot, Pihu chatbot. So, then anyways, then we know Punjab National Bank as the second largest public sector bank in India. The first one is State Bank of India, second one is Punjab National Bank. So, it has got a very good reputation, and then it has got very good customer pool, second highest pool in Indian banking business. That's one. Moving to the next one, have a look at this one. 20% reservation for the firefighters in state police recruitment. In state police recruitment, a particular state announced 20% reservation is given to the firefighters. So then the state is Sikkim. Sikkim is known as a very decent, very polite, very good law and order state, Sikkim, and it is again famous for organic farming as well. Only Indian state then which reached up apex position in organic farming is Sikkim. Okay, a small state. And here like the chief minister of Sikkim, Prem Singh Tamang, announced this particular 20% reservation for firefighters, and 10 years of age relaxation given to the army officers in state police services. That's one. And at the same time, army persons, if they are willing to continue any kind of business, the state government is going to get give a helping hand to them. That is a point announced by the chief minister. That is all about this 20% reservation for firefighters announced by the Sikkim state government. Okay. Moving to the next one, have a look at this one, special award of the day, Lata Mangeshkar award, this for the year 2025. Generally Lata Mangeshkar music award also there, don't get confused with that award. Music award, Lata Mangeshkar music award, she is the eminent singer Lata Mangeshkar, everyone knows, every Indian knows. So then on her name 2 awards are there. One is Lata Mangeshkar music award, that is only gives to the persons who got a very expertise in music, very good expertise in music. But here like if you observe this Deenanath Mangeshkar award, this is for all persons then who involved in the public service, who worked for the growth of the nation. That is the reason. So this time 2025, for the year 2025, this particular award gives by the Madhya Pradesh government. Award gives by the Madhya Pradesh government. So with the support of Deenanath Mangeshkar Smriti Pratishthan, Deenanath Mangeshkar Smriti Pratishthan, which is located in Madhya Pradesh, which gives this particular award every year, annual award. This is the 83rd death anniversary, 83rd death anniversary of Lata Mangeshkar. On that occasion, they announced this particular award. This year, 2025 year, this is this particular award announced to Kumaramangalam Birla, the famous industrialist Kumaramangalam Birla group of group chairman, and then this particular award was given by the RSS leader, RSS head, RSS chairman, RSS head we call Mohan Bhagavat presented this particular award to Kumaramangalam Birla. That's the one. So Kumaramangalam Birla, a famous industrialist, a chairman of Birla group. This particular award, officially this award was started in 2022, and the first award was given to Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, for his services toward the growth of the nation. And then Asha Bhonsle, second person who received in 2023. In 2024 given to Amitabh Bachchan. Asha Bhonsle we know, then sister of Lata Mangeshkar, singer as well as eminent public servant as well. And then Amitabh Bachchan, anyways we know the famous veteran actor, a famous actor, and then a very philanthropist, special things or several are there on the name of the Amitabh Bachchan. So these persons got Narendra Modi 2022, Asha Bhonsle 23, Amitabh Bachchan 24, and 25 Kumaramangalam Birla. That's a point. Moving to the next one, we call this disease as MR, measles rubella. This particular measles rubella week or immunization camp, if you observe World Immunization Week is observed April 24th to 30th every year. On this occasion, the Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare JP Nadda announced that rubella elimination program, National Zero Measles Rubella Elimination Program, and World Immunization Week, on the World Immunization Week. World Immunization Week every year then observed 24th to 30th. And then government of India's prestigious program is there on improving the immunization, that is Mission Indradhanush. Mission Indradhanush is a program, then immunization program. 12 diseases are observed under that particular program, which are controlled through the vaccination. So, vaccine preventable diseases, 12 diseases observed under Mission Indradhanush to build the immunity in the citizens of the nation. So, immunization week observed April 24th to 30th. National Zero Measles Rubella Elimination campaign was observed on this particular occasion. And then officially in this particular campaign, Government of India officially announced then measles rubella elimination will be done in India by 2026. So, India will become a measles rubella free by 2026. That is a point, important one. And then coverage of vaccine coverage. This is a vaccine preventable disease. These two are vaccine preventable diseases. So, you can look at that particular condition of the boy then who affected with the measles and rubella. And then this is absolutely vaccine preventable disease, vaccine preventable. So, MR vaccine is provided on this particular one, MR, measles rubella vaccine. And then the coverage of this vaccine is 93.7% in first stage, and the second stage coverage is 92.2%. So, vaccine is available everywhere. So, then a preventable, vaccine preventable disease, that is a context. Moving to the next one, so important one of the day. So, Kasurangan, famous scientist, passed away. So, like he born on 1940, he born on October 24th, 1940 October 24th in Ernakulam, Kerala district of Kerala state, Ernakulam district, Ernakulam. And then he considered as his full name is Krishnaswamy Kasurangan, and he is considered as the pioneer of this launching vehicles PSLV and GSLV, Polar Satellite Launching Vehicle and Geostationary Launching Vehicle. And then he was a member, he was the head of this NEP program, National Education Policy, introduced in 2020. He is the head of the drafting committee, and 12 members are a part of this particular committee, and he was the head by the time. So, who suggested new education policy. And then he involved in 250 plus research activities, different zones, different areas or different concepts, 250 plus researchers then he involved in. And then he served 35 years for ISRO, and he involved in Bhaskara 1 to Earth Observatory satellites, and he was the project director by the time. And remote sensing satellites, IRS-1, he was the head for IRS-1, India remote sensing satellite, he was the head for that particular one. And then by the time of UR Rao as a satellite director, he involved in INSAT, INSAT-2, IRS-1A, IRS-1B, introduction of these satellites. And then he is the awardee of, he worked as a chairman of ISRO during 1994 to 2003. 94 to 2003 he was a head of this particular ISRO, chairman of ISRO. 9 years he served for the nation, and at the same time during his period 1994 to 2003 in Tirupati Space Lab, a space lab was introduced, and then the Satish Dhawan Space Center was infrastructure was properly built on the time. And 2003 to 2009 he was a member of parliament, MP, okay. And then he awarded with all Padma awards, Padma Shri 1980, Padma Bhushan 1992, and Padma Vibhushan in 2000 year. Very eminent person, very special person. He deserves Bharat Ratna as well. So then soon then we hope he will get a Bharat Ratna. So very special person. Certainly then they will ask question from this particular area. Okay. Moving to the next one. International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day. International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day. is observed on April 26th to remember the Chernobyl disaster which was happened in Ukraine. By the time it was Soviet control, which was in Soviet control, 1986, Chernobyl nuclear reactor was blasted, and then you can look at this particular one, which is located in Ukraine. Chernobyl, several times asked, Chernobyl nuclear reactor located in which place, which of the following countries they asked? Ukraine. So here which was happened in 1996, Ukraine, 26th April, on 26th April. But here if you observe the context here, then 8.4 million people were affected with the particular radiation. Anyways, then we know radioactive elements are burned in this particular funnel. So certainly then the funnel was a breakdown, and the fluid affected 8.4 million. It's around 8.4 million means 84 lakhs people affected by radiation. So then this particular event, this particular incidence was affected cultivating lands, water resources, forests, etc. So with the remembrance of for the remembrance of this particular disaster remembrance, this particular day is observed, that is April 26th, Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day. That's a point. Moving to the next one, Intellectual Property Day. Intellectual Property Day is observed on April 26th, Intellectual Property Day, World Intellectual Property Day, to encourage the innovations, and then this particular day is observed officially from 1974, but officially in 1967 in Stockholm, Sweden, on June 11th, UNO General Assembly, they discussed about this particular day, intellectual properties. But later in 1974 onwards, then WIPO was introduced. WIPO stands for World Intellectual Property Organization. World Intellectual Property Organization. World Intellectual Property Organization was introduced in 1974, and then this is looking after all these patents, copyrights, designs, trademarks as well, trademarks in the world. So this particular Intellectual Property Organization, which was introduced in, this is headquarters at Geneva, Switzerland, WIPO, headquarters at Geneva, Switzerland. This looks after all these trademarks issues, patents, copyrights and designs in the world. For example, if you have invented something, to get patent on that, you should get permission from WIPO. That is the context here. So in the world, if you observe, highest number of patents owned by China, first country in the world. It has got around 16 lakhs plus patents. Second country is US, which has got 5 lakhs plus patents. And the next one, third country is Japan, which has got 4 lakhs plus patents. And the fourth country, South Korea, which has got 2 lakhs plus patents. And the next is Germany, which has got 1 lakh plus patents. What about India? India occupied 6th position, first China, second US, third Japan, fourth South Korea and fifth Germany. India is the sixth. Sixth country India, which has got 64,480 patents, which occupied 6th position. First China, second US, third Japan, fourth South Korea, fifth Germany and sixth is India. That's a point. So this is all about your World Intellectual Property Day, which is observed on April 26th. April 26th, then WIPO, very very important organization, World Intellectual Property Organization, which is located in Geneva, Switzerland. Moving to the next one. One more important day we have, World Veterinary Day. You can look at all the animals. So then all the livestock. So every year on the last Saturday of April observed as Veterinary Day. This year it fall on April 26th. So the roots of the global veterinary collaboration date back to the 1863, and then when the Professor John Gamgee of the Veterinary College of Edinburgh initiated the first World Veterinary Congress, first time by John Gamgee. He is the person, John Gamgee, then invited this one. And for the year 2025, the theme, if you observe, theme observe, animal health takes a team. Animal health takes a team. This is the theme. Okay, this is all about World Veterinary Day. These are today's current affairs. We will meet in next session with the continuation of this one. Thank you and all the best.